Hello, uh, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Thanks for joining today or this morning. It's like 6 a.m. in the morning here. So, anyway, without wasting time, we are going to be looking at Illustrator CC 2019. We might do a series I think we might just do a series of work or tutorials rather. This is the first tutorial, by the way. Yeah, it's the first ever tutorial by Gagola. So without wasting time, let's jump in. I'm going to try and make this as short as possible, maybe like 20 minutes I think. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be covering from here. All this stuff, all this stuff. We might have 2 tutorials or more, I don't know, depending on so what is Illustrator? Forgot to put this. So some of you might be wondering, what is Illustrator? Well, my definition is Illustrator is a program used to create vector artwork. Used to create vector work. I think that's the right word to use. That would be my definition. Illustrator could Illustrator could also be a person, but we would say this is an illustrator. So an illustrator is an illustrator. He doesn't just illustrate, he illustrates. So Illustrator is a vector program used to create vector artwork. I think that's the right word. I'm not really sure. I'll give you a link to the definition in the description. So here could, if you don't know what I mean by vector, this is what I mean. This is a vector. This is a vector, and let me show you what the difference between a vector and an image is. See these things? They have the same color. Excuse me. For vector, you could change the color. To change the color, you just double click this icon here. So you could change the color to any color you want. Let's go with this. You could change it to any color you want. So you could change the vector to any color you want. You could manipulate the shape. Say you want something like that, like a pizza. I still don't see the T in the P-I-Z-Z. Could do something like that. Or you could just turn it into a circle by clicking these points. Boom. There you go. I'll show you how we do click and change all this stuff for that. But what we use to click and change, I'll show you in a minute. So an image, well, what you have is an image, nothing else. Like, you can't change anything. It's just a damn image. It's just an image, and that's all to it. There's nothing you can change. But rather copy what's here and do things to it, or put it in Photoshop and export it into Photoshop and manipulate it, change its colors and all that stuff, So this is a vector, this an image, excuse my art skills. So when you're going to use Illustrator, it's better you use vectors rather than images. Images would be better in Photoshop. Yeah, images better in Photoshop, vectors better in Illustrator. And let me try this and see if it works. If I'm to zoom into maximum, this is what I see on the vector. How about in the image? It won't show here, but I'll show you in a minute how this shows pixels. The image is showing pixels because it's made up of pixels, while the vector, it's just a vector, that's it. So let's see what can we do with Illustrator. So first you learn how to create a new document. All you have to do is go to File, New, or you could just press Ctrl N. Boom. There you go. Create a new file, blah blah blah, with interface. This is what we are doing. So you could create a new file. There are a bunch of options here. You could save templates you could use, but it's rather useless. Or you could use the mobile versions, mobile something web. Just explore this: print, film and video, art and illustration. For me, or for us, most of the time we're using print, and we could specify what we want and how we want it using this. So if I want it to be in inches, could do that. Let me say for banners, all that stuff, or centimeters. Let me say it's a business card. You could do like 9 and 5 centimeters. You could select if you want it to be 2 sides, like front and back. You could do that. Then you could add in some bleed, but all we could do is put in a 0.5. So you could create your own bleed. 0.5. This is what I understand by bleed, by the way. If any of you know what bleed means, you comment down below. So this is what let's finish this. Let's put this over here. This is a trick you could use in your work, just in case you are not a beginner. So if you're a beginner, when I do this, it means that every design I'm going to make goes in this space here, in this space, every design, so that when it's going to be printed and cut, this is the part they will cut off, this other part. My cards. This is the part they're going to cut off here. this part, outside this whole part is what they're going to cut off using that machine that cuts. I don't know how it's called. Anyhow, so when you're creating a new file, remember file, new. Sorry, I keep on jumping from this to that. You excuse me. So you could put it in points, because inches, millimeters, and pixels. It depends on what you want. Usually when I'm going to draw, I use pixels. This is like my template, or I could just do this way, baby. Yeah, I go to art and illustration. I choose one of these, but most of the time it's I just make my own if it's not available here, but it's in this HD, what is it? This HD 1080p. That's when I'm going to draw most of the time. I didn't save any, but I'll show you how to save any for, you know. So let's create a random file, or we could create an A4. An A4 is this paper, normal paper, that's 21 centimeters, 29.7 centimeters. That's an A4. And here you can see the advanced options. You see CMYK color and all this stuff. So when you click here, there is RGB and CMYK. Now this is a hassle, but this is what I would recommend if you're going to use something. If you're going to print, sometimes you have to leave your work in CMYK if you're going to print. Sometimes you'll have to leave it in RGB. So it's usually up to you to test different color modes to see what would come out better. But usually RGB takes a lot of toner or ink from the printer. Okay, that's some of the things I've been told, but yeah. And then CMYK consumes a little bit less, but I usually leave my work in RGB because most of the time I'm going to share it on on the internet, so via social media. So that's why I usually leave it in RGB. Yeah. So let's create something, but let's leave it in RGB. Yeah, sometimes you should ignore that. I do ignore that most of the time, all the time. So we are done, I guess, with creating this. Or use it or turn it off in the preferences. Or you could do this if you don't want to see this. Oh no, where is it? Oh snap! This, I think, what you do is go to edit preferences, and I think it's somewhere here. I don't know, maybe it's, you just have to check out this and you will see. I love this. It's nice. Where have you been all this time? So let's see, it's somewhere here. I really don't know, but I'll check it out sometime. So let's create another new file, this time. Oh wait, we could play with this. So let's create a new file. Let's see, new, size you want. This is RGB. Let's leave it in pixels for this tutorial, and let's make it into a landscape. Oh, by the way, I forgot something. Oh, I didn't forget. This is what we're going on to. So initially the workspace is like this, I think. I'm not really certain, but yeah, I think, because I changed mine. a little bit. It's definitely not like this. Yep, this is how it is, like this. So you could customize your workspace by seeing what you want and using it. So you could, excuse me, see here we have the layers panel, then the libraries. That's the libraries. Oh, I'm currently offline at the moment, I'll show you, but it allows you to work excuse me, via the cloud. That's why it's called Illustrator CC, Creative Cloud. So this is CC 2019, by the way. So see this in the properties panel, you could change the units like we did. Could change it in centimeters, millimeters, all that stuff. You could do a number of artboards, let's say 2 or more. Oh, I'm sorry, you could if you have a lot of artboards, this is 1, this is 2, I think this is where it works. You could move through artboards. So this is what I mean. This is 1, this is 2, so this is 2, this is 1, see that? 2, it depends on which artboard you want. These are like guides, could do that. It shows these, remember that these, I think these that I used to plot the 0.5. What else? Oh, the shortcut to making these guides appear is Ctrl R, Ctrl R, Ctrl R, Ctrl R. You could use this grid. Yeah, useful sometimes, especially when you're drawing in perspective. Or you could just make a transparent grid, something like that. Here you could hide guides. Hide. I think it's Ctrl H. It's Ctrl Shift H. Ctrl H. I'm really not sure, but yeah. This you could just right click and hide everything or show everything. See that? Then this is you could lock or unlock again. See that? If it's unlocked, I could move it. Oh, where did my guide go? It's over here somewhere. Here it is. Anyway, let's create another one. See that? These are unlocked, which means I could move them anywhere I want. Or I could lock them. Click to hide smart guides. Smart guides, observe. If I created something, let's give it a color, a stroke, and I see when I let's increase this. Oh, I was talking about the, oh my god, I'm jumping from here to there like the Hulk. So if we are to observe where to create this line with this option of smart guides, so smart guides. So if we are to click it, I want you to look. Have you seen that? See that pink line? See that that path, the pink wording path? I'm pointing at my screen, but yeah, see that option, path. those are like smart guides. Intersect with that pink line. Those are smart guides, very helpful. So if I turn them off, not helpful. So I'm back to where I was. We were talking about the, oh my god, what were we talking about? The workspace. Boom, I got lost. So you could customize the workspace depending on your liking. You could go to window, and these are some of the things you could add in the workspace. You could use the control panel, which is this. It will show you what selection you have. Boom. See, if I select this path, it will show me over here the path. Then the color, this is not black. I don't think this is black. This might be gray. See, not black. I could change it to black. That's the difference between RGB and CMYK. So this is the control panel. Could do that. Could do bars this side. Actions, I don't really use actions in Illustrator, but yeah, this would work if you're going to use them. So all these you could add to your workspace. Could use the align. Here it is. Align, transform, pathfinder. We'll look at all of these in detail later. Right now it's just a rush through. Could use the appearance panel. See there? Could do the artboards. You could copy an artboard. You could add a new artboard, all that stuff. And then you could export an asset to could export an asset by just boom, and then export. Instead of exporting everything in the artboard. We'll look at that later. Attributes. Oh my god, all this is not that much useful to me. The brushes, you could do brushes. Could use brushes depending on your liking. You could create new brushes. Symbols, all this. So when you click on this brushes panel, you'll get the swatches panel. So you could use a color guide, all this stuff. This is in the RGB format. You could use it in the CMYK. You could convert it to grayscale, anything you want. I usually leave mine in RGB, sometimes CMYK. You could use color themes if you're connected, and yeah, from Adobe. Remember that? Oh, you guys might not, but there was this thing called Color, KUL, or something like that. I never used it, but it was amazing. So all this, you could use a gradient. I'm showing you the stuff that I use. I am not showing you the stuff that I don't use because they are irrelevant to me. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Most times I don't, that's the truth. Could use the gradient, and not forgetting the layers. Layers, scary as it looks. Then yeah, all that stuff. And the links could show you how to link images, and there are a lot of stuff. Most of them are repeated anyway. All these. I can't forget this. Those familiar to Photoshop know this. Boom, there it is. Dissolve is not there. Yeah, so you could just customize your workspace by dragging whatever you want in whatever place you want. See, hold this part here, drag. If I press this, it goes there and creating this panel. But if I hold this and drag it out, see, I could only take out the pathfinder in this whole group. See that? Boom. Appearance. Boom. This is organizing it. Could get the transparency. Stroke. See what this does? It's just a lot. Like, to me, it's too much. Just do what you feel like, yeah, what you prefer. See that? That, my friends, is organizing your workspace. So I would prefer to go back to mine. Voila, I missed you. Anyhow, so we are done with organizing our workspace. Ooh, I think we're done with these to show the transparency grid. Huh? View, where are you, baby? Let's see, view, show transparency. It's somewhere here. Wait. I should have prepared for this thing. Here it is. We did this. Remember? This? Yep. Now you remember. Good. Snap. I really don't know what just happened, but my screen is kind of messed up right now. Oh, there it is. Alright. So we did the transparency, so we're going to difference between fill and stroke. It's easy. Stroke. Originally it's like this. Fill, when you hover here, it's fill. Stroke, fill, stroke, fill, stroke, fill, stroke, fill, stroke. Oh my god. Let's make this real black. Fill, fill. Stroke. Fill, stroke. Simple, as simple as that. So the fill is this white area, the stroke is this black area. See, that's the difference between fill and stroke. That's the simplest difference between fill and stroke. You could even hover here and it shows fill with an X in them in brackets. Let's duplicate this. Let's see if I press X. See what it does? Changes between fill and stroke. This is the stroke. So it just changes this. See that? Let me see if the fill is of a different color and you want to change the stroke but without, clicking here. If you're lazy at, pressing all this like me, I just press the shortcut X and I will change this to a different color. See that? Yep, that's it for fill and stroke. We'll look at it in more detail. So creative options, let's see, options when creating shapes, circles, triangles, all that stuff. So as you've seen, there's this panel here. I haven't talked about that much. but what I'm using right now is the selection tool. Press V on your keyboard. I'm using the selection tool. Here we have the direct selection tool and the selection tool. So this is what happens. So let's change this a bit. Ugly, but forgive my coloring. We are not here to color anyway. That's oh my god. Some coffee, nice. God, this is horrible. This is terrible, but yeah, let's just use the feel. So this is the difference between I'm handling this selection tool, direct selection tool, direct selection tool, selection tool. I could use this to select anything, this shape, selection tool. But if I want to select this point here, I would use the direct selection tool and select this point here. Yo, man, didn't work. I don't know why it's not working, but it's working. I just can't see that. Boom. See? Why isn't it showing? I just can't see it on my screen, but it's working. Okay, this is terrible. Okay. Sorry about that. I really don't know why it's not working, but yeah, see. If I press this and move it around, it's boom, working. You could just manipulate this shape in whatever way you want. I don't know if that's a song, but yeah, something like that. Anything you want, anything you like. See that? Select all the points you want. Mama, and that's a trick you won't forget. Okay. So that's it, and what else? These two, very, very useful when selecting stuff, Okay, what was I cutting? So, let's see. Creating shapes. Let's create a circle, square. We have created some of these too. If you don't remember, here is how to create a rectangle. Just press M on your keyboard. It takes you to this rectangle. Excuse me. Then drag like a rectangle. Looks like, man, this coffee thing. Let's make it a bit brighter. I think something like that. I don't know why I chose that, but yeah, let's make it like that. See this? This is a rectangle. We're back to nursery. You could use the same tool to create a square, but to create a square is different. You have to hold down Shift. See that? When you hold down Shift, all of them are in the same width and height. Or you could hold down Shift and Alt, and voila, there's no difference. Okay, there is a difference, but yeah, when you hold down Alt and press a point, the point you press is going to be the anchor point. So if I press here and then drag while holding Shift and Alt, this is the anchor point. That's where I placed my point. But if I press Shift, press there, see there? See where it starts from? See there? but still this is the anchor point, but this is where it starts from. So you could create as many squares as you would like. Let's use this. Let's get organized a bit. So you could do that. That's a rectangle. Let's do that too. And then when you click and hold, see where you see this little puny arrow here? That means click and hold, you'll find other tools. So you could use an ellipse tool to create a circle. Remember, Shift Alt, boom, your perfect circle. Or you could create an oval. Yes, boom. Something like that. Use the selection tool and scale it up. Scale it up, scale it up. Align that. Then use the polygon tool to create polygons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Or you could create a star tool, and you could create a line. We're back in high school. No, sorry, school. Could create that. I don't sound stroke. Wait. What else? Could use a grid on your artboard. This white space is the artboard. Just in case I forgot to tell you guys, it's the artboard. So it's very useful. Could do something like that. Ugly. So you could use the Act tool to create X. Boom. Create a circle. Something weird. Something like that. And that's your logo. And what else? I think that's it. Nope, that's not it. You could create a rectangle. Let's see. Let's try using the style tool to create a triangle. Excuse me. Did I say rectangle? Nope, we cannot. We cannot. See what we create? See that? We can create a rectangle, but oh my god, why do I keep on calling this a rectangle? It's a triangle. See there? I should go back to nursery school. You could create a triangle by just clicking the polygon tool. Click. Define the number of sides you want. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And that, my friends, is not a rectangle, it's a triangle. Boom. There it is. And that's, my friends, the hexagon, all that stuff. Boom. So duplicate and repeat. Duplicate and repeat. See, when I hold down Alt and then this, my god, I'm using the selection tool. When I click on what I want to duplicate, then I press and hold Alt, I see this double. I'm still pointing at my screen. I see this double, arrows, mouse cursors. So if I move it while holding down Shift to move in a straight line, it duplicates it. See that? So if I'm to duplicate this again, so let's say I'm trying to create something cool. Excuse me. Something like boom, same height, line, space. something, so I just press Ctrl D, D, D. See that? See this? Same space, same space, same. So I could select all of them, group them, and then align them. We'll get into that later, maybe in a second tutorial. So that, see that? I could create something like that. Boom. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. And that, my friends, is how you duplicate and manipulate colors or anything you want. Woohoo. See that? That is that. Duplicate, repeat, duplicate, duplicate, nope, duplicate, repeat, repeat, nope, we haven't duplicated. Oh, we did actually, it's here. So if I click on that, repeat. Jeez, why isn't it working? See that? Duplicate, repeat, repeat. How many minutes have we spent so far learning about all this? Oh my god, it's what? So geez, this is longer than I thought. Let's hurry it up. Let's do all this. Oh, so Pathfinder card object this. I think this is much more detailed, but if you can't see your Pathfinder, see this? Go down to Window, Path. Boom, there it is, Pathfinder. Let's click on that. See that? It brings all these unite, minors, intersect, exclude, divide, trail, merge, crop. This seems to be the same, but I know. Crop, outline. Very useful, very useful. That's why it's the third on my list. You know, that's how much useful it is. So Pathfinder, we have cutting all that. Then the eyedropper. Good. Eyedropper is you press I on your keyboard, get this eyedropper thing. Sample color. See that? See what happened? Because I had this selected, and so its color changed. If I select an eyedropper color, I select an eyedropper color. Nice. So see that? Changes. But if I want to if I want to change this to this, I could select this and do that, or I could select that and then press Alt and boom. Nah, I was wrong. Still, if I want this color to be this color, I could select this, Alt and drop it there, and drop it everywhere. Boom, 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 boom. See that? The eyedropper works miracles. And layers panel. This is the part where you do not get scared. Please don't run away. Let's use the selection tool. See that? Layers. When you click this drop down, this is everything you have created. Some of them are locked. Everything. Path, rectangle, polygon. All these. Some of them are grouped. Oh my god, this is too much. Oh my god. Let me close this before you run away. So you could create very many layers. As many as you want, as long as you name them for the purposes of animation or all that stuff. Usually I don't I don't have time to organize my layers. I have to admit, I just create artwork and that's it. So finally, gradient. Okay, this is one of the most amazing parts. Go down to window and look for excuse me, gradient. Where are you? Beam. Here it is. See that? Gradient. So what you would do is fill. Come over here. Let's see how that looks like. Ugh, it's ugly. Oh my god. You could see, click this, double click, choose a color that you want, and this is terrible. Let's choose something else. Let's try that. This is better. Let's try something like, ooh, yo, I got my eggs with the yolk. I don't know why it's not changing on my screen. My screen must be having issues. So let's do something like that. When you press G on your keyboard, you get this. So you could move the gradient to whatever angle you want it to be. I like to hold on Shift, move it in this direction, sometimes in this direction, sometimes in this direction, most times in this direction. Or you could play around with this. See that? See that? See that? See that? Boom. And I guess that's it for now. It's been a long tutorial, and thanks for sticking around watching this long tutorial. Oh my god, it's too long, and it's just showing you a few parts here and there of getting started with it. Adobe Illustrator CC 2019, and please comment, ask, I'll answer as many questions as I can, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace and be awesome. Thank you for watching.